I want you to understand that forget whatever that is going on social media. Forget whatever that the Nigeria terrorist states are saying on social media and behaving on their National Assembly. They know that the game is over. I am telling you the fact. The northern Nigeria know that the game is over. I know what is going on within them. The presidency of Nigeria know that the game is over. The Senate President Akpabio knows that the game is over. The only people that do not know, or maybe they are just skeptical, are the gullible one Nigerians who are believing in the Nigeria terrorist army that they have the capability to eliminate Biafrans, don't knowing that I actually lost the war already before even the war started.
Fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world, we've come once again to give you an update on the situation on the ground. The restoration of Biafra is unstoppable and the United States of Biafra is moving. The declaration of Biafra stands, and today we are going into the restoration. No matter the confusion you see out there, please be focused. I am here to share with you some very important information that you must have to take to heart because of the confusion that is flying here and there. You are going to hear from the Secretary of Justice of the United States of Biafra, and you are going to hear from another member of the cabinet that have been selected. They are going to clear some points that have been confusing people right, left, and center. It is important that you pay attention to this very program from the beginning to end. And as you watch, share to people around you, share to everyone you can get to, so that we can take this information to everyone. We must carry everyone along, and the battle is over. Biafra restoration stands, and no man born of a woman can stop our freedom from coming. Thank you, and listen from the beginning to end. You'll be glad you did, and your life will never be the same after watching the video. Let's watch.
Wow, what a turnout. It's such an honor to be here. Welcome to everybody. Our Honorable COS and Deputy Prime Minister, thank you. Also sending thanks to our Honorable Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa and every cabinet and secretary here today, and all our distinguished guests. You are all very welcome. My name is Jane Iwunze, and I'm honored to be the Secretary of Justice for our amazing United States of Biafra. Just briefly, as I don't have too much time today, I just want to emphasize how in the Department of Justice, we will be committed to integrity, to honesty, and to transparency. And I really just want to highlight these values because I believe it will set us apart, and it will be the defining factor of the difference between our Department of Justice and others in Africa and in the world. I also want to use this opportunity to call upon well-meaning Biafrans, both at home and abroad, who are interested in serving this nation, to reach out. We will be needed. If we all put our minds together, put our visions in line, we can build a just and equitable and accessible system. So I think information will be made available as to where to send your applications, but in calling, and don't be no matter the age, don't be afraid. Your expertise, as long as the passion and interest is there, if you can send through application, obviously there will be a screening process, but yeah, just wanting to use this opportunity to call out as we build this Department of Justice. And I'm very excited for what the future holds. I'm excited to be a part of what will be one of the greatest nations. So yes, that's me. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you, Honorable COS, and all members of cabinet.
Yeah, thank you so much, Attorney Jane. And I know that, again, I've put up Biafrans that are interested in the position she's offered. You can send your application to the Chief of Staff at biafrarepublic.gov.org. I've posted it on the chat section. And once we get that, it's going to go to the appropriate department, who is going to screen, which is the Department of Labor and Productivity, headed by the Secretary Ulo Wanda for screening. And I know, Attorney Jane, before you leave, I know a lot of people who have been distracting this government has been trying to quote the charter, page 26, 27, something to that effect. I know that these are individuals that never even know where we started or how we've been going, but for all of a sudden, everybody's talking about charter. I know that that particular area of our charter talked about the establishment of the government structures 4 years after we get to Homeland. If you want to take just 1 minute to expatiate on that particular aspect, so that that will put to rest some of these individuals who, I'm not going to say they are confused or they know what they're saying, but they just want to bring that aspect to just be a little distraction to what we're doing at this point. Thank you so much, Attorney Jane.
Thank you. Yes, there's not too much to say about it if we have been following what our COS has been saying. It does, in terms of the charter, we do have to understand that this process of restoration, redeclaration, and then this deliberation, it comes in stages. And the stage that we are in now, we are still operating with the cabinet that we have is still operating based on how it was selected, how our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa called it to be beforehand. When we get to that stage of, like our COS has said, when we get to that stage of liberation, then that term, that 4 years, the election process can begin. At this stage, we are able to make changes within cabinet. We are able to, if things aren't going right, especially it's hard to speak to when a lot of people don't know what is happening in the background. So changes can be made to ensure that cabinet is, on the right track. And there's no wrong in the changes that have been made at this stage. I think perhaps there were questions around terminology that may have been used maybe at the convention, but rest assured that the changes that are made are still in line with how we are operating as we are in exile as a nation. So at this stage, I think there's no need to look at what will be the next stage after, the Biafra, after we occupy fully our territory in Homeland. But as long as what we're doing here in exile is concerned, if changes that needed to be made within cabinet, it is, really just at the discretion of our Prime Minister, and he's given his authority to COS DPM at this stage, and that's who we are following, and that's how it's said. So I don't think there's too much more to be said on this, but everything is happening in stages, and I don't know if, that's the best I can speak to.
Yeah, thank you so much for that clarification. And I think it's very, very obvious that, again, like I told everyone, there's a template that we are following. That template was set by our Prime Minister. There's no amount of noise making that will tamper or shake or move that template. If anybody thinks there's another way they think they want to interpret what the Prime Minister has told us to do, then obviously that person does not even belong to this government to start with. And we will continue to maintain that template. Thank you so much, Attorney General. So let's quickly.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, my Deputy Prime Minister, and good evening, my fellow cabinet member. My name is Patricia Mobai, and I'm here to just say a short word because I was surprised when I saw my name. Somebody told me. I did not know I was still on my way coming back from Finland. And I thank you all. For some of you who know me, I work with Government of UK, and I work as personal assistant, PA. My work here I know I will be on the people I'm going to work with in the Deputy Prime Minister's cabinet. I will work with them. My work there should be is 1, the smooth running of her office. 2, make sure that it's at the right place at the right time. 3, protect what is sensitive and not make it outside. And is for me to work with other people who will be on top of me, or I don't know, but we have to work together just to make sure that things run smoothly. And I've been working with the government for the past 20-something years. I work in the various areas, but only the PA work I do. I don't do any other thing. So I work with different ministers and still working as right now. So just to give you short something, because I said it to Deputy Prime Minister, because many people were complaining that office shouldn't be dissolved, this and that. When people say something, I just listen, because some of us don't work with government. We don't know what is going on. So we can say whatever we want to say, and we just follow and just do what we want to do. But life is not like that, because government is a very sensitive something, because then guide the whole country and make sure that they bring the country together. But office was dissolved, fine, because that is the annoyance of people. Why did they dissolve the office? They should have leave it for 3 months and before they start, blah, blah, blah. That is really not the issue, because I was trying to say something in UK group yesterday, but then shut me down. They didn't want me to, they didn't want me to say what, just to give them little tips of office, how government office run, but then did not me, and unfortunately, but yes, office was cabinet was dissolved. I was not a member of cabinet. I did not, I only go to the Zoom meeting, that is group meeting. But when you dissolve office, I remember one of my minister was traveling to US, Washington, for a meeting with some directors, and Theresa May was in power there. That is the day. The following day, they are about to travel in the evening. Then Theresa May was voted out. Then Boris Johnson took over. Then he called me, said, Pat, can you tell them to refund my ticket? I said, because we call them by their name. We don't call them Mr. or something. We call them by their name when they're in the office. So I said, are you not going to travel again? He said, no, because his work is finished, because he will not be able to say something in Washington, but he's going to brief the directors that are going to Washington what he was about to say. So I was shocked when people say, when you dissolve office, that it will take 3 months to put people in position. When you dissolve office, immediately the people who dissolve the office, the people coming in, they start calling some people at home. Then they start employing people gradually, and that is how government run. But unfortunately, some people are not ready to listen, because they think that we go out to do cleaning work, and when we come to WhatsApp, we just say whatever we want to say. I'm sorry to use this word, but we have to have patience. And one thing I told my Deputy Prime Minister is that I said it in Finland to her. I said, oh, you look so quiet, but quiet people, they are really dangerous, because when quiet people face you, you will be surprised. So I'm really surprised the way he spoke out Finland, especially the first day he addressed the cabinet, because I joined the meeting. Every meeting they are doing, I normally join them. But I'm really pleased, I'm happy to see the fellow cabinet member I would like to work with, and every skill every one of us have, We have to bring it here. I only have this skill I have is to work with the one I know. I use it for government, and that is where I've been working all my life. And thank you very much for listening to me.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay. The next person is second.
Independent state of Biafra will be run by people who care about the masses, just as the Biafra Republic of Nigeria is doing today. That is the only alternative. It doesn't matter. You can hate Mazi Simon, or you can like him. He is standing on the solid ground, doing what he has to do to save and rescue his people. The only message Mazi Simon had is self-defense, and it is not a crime. International law supports it. African law supports it. Nigerian law itself supports self-defense. How is it that when Biafrans begin to defend themselves, it becomes a crime? It is not. We are very much aware that there are terrorists in uniform operating in Biafra land. Members of Boko Haram recruited into the military. We have seen them in videos, on confessions. So what else do you want us to wait? You want us to all be exterminated before you want us to fight back? I thank God for the Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. Biafran people are going to defend themselves. If it's going to take everyone out to defend Biafra, we will do that till the last man standing. May Chukwu Okike Abịama continue to guide our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. May Chukwu Okike Abịama continue to guide our Liberation Army. Biafra government, peace, progress, unity and equity. We move airborne